Hey guys, it's me again, Douglas, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about arguments. Yeah, because I don't know about you, but I get into arguments a lot. It's like really important for me to be right, you know what I mean? So like the other day there was a kid at my school, and I heard him from across the hall, I heard him say that giraffes are the fastest land animal because they got the longest legs. And everybody knows that the cheetah is the fastest land animal, and so I went up to him and I said, actually, it's the cheetah that is the fastest land animal on Earth. And he said, no, it's a giraffe. And so that started this whole long thing. I would not back down. He would not back down. And we were just back and forth and back and forth. It was this whole big thing. It really exploded, and there was yelling, and there was even some name calling, and it turned into this big deal over something that is honestly not that important. And God does not want us to be controlled by either our pride or our anger. And a lot of times those two emotions can be really inflated during an argument. You know, it's really important for us to be right. So important that we're even willing to be kind of mean or to hate the other person. You know, the person who disagrees with us, we end up hating that person unless they admit that we're right. You know what I mean? But that's not the way God wants us to live. And a lot of times we as Christians can fall into this trap of arguing with people over very important things, you know, stuff that's in the Bible. But we argue in such a way that does not honor God and actually is the way that Satan wants us to argue. It is important for us to stand up for what's right. You know, Jesus, he actually got really mad one time in the New Testament because these people had set up shop in the temple courts, and they were selling these animals for sacrifices, and they were charging crazy amounts, and they were scamming people, and it was this whole big thing. And Jesus was super mad because they were desecrating the temple. And he got so mad that he was throwing things, and he made a whip and was whipping people, driving them out of there. And so you might be tempted to think, well, so long as you have a righteous cause, it's okay to be mean to people. It's okay to get mad. You know, Jesus got mad. Well, yeah, he did. But it's important for us to not forget that Jesus also died for those same people. And he did not wait for them to admit that he was right for him to do it. God wants us to stand up for what's right, but God wants us to speak the truth in love. And you know, sometimes the things that we get in arguments over are not that big a deal anyways. And it's important for us to be right, you know. It is, but not necessarily to win an argument. In fact, that's almost never important. You know, it's important for us to be right. It's important for us to believe what is true and to do what God wants us to do and to know right from wrong. That's really important for us to be right. But if you feel like the other person in your argument, the person who disagrees with you, has to say that you're right in order for you to be right, then maybe you aren't that convinced of what you believe anyways. So here's my challenge for you guys today. My challenge is that next time you hear somebody say something that you know is wrong, I want you to take a deep breath, just in and out. And then ask yourself, is this a really big deal? Is this something that I need to stand up for? For example, it's not important for me to point out that cheetahs are the fastest land animal, especially not in front of all of our friends. You know, that's just going to embarrass him. If I feel like I got to bring it up, I can, talk to him about it later. But if it is something that is super important that you need to take a stand for, I want you to ask yourself, how can I speak the truth in love? How can I stand up for what's right while still showing God's love to this person? Now, some people will say that if you want to show love to somebody, then never tell them that they're wrong. Well, that's not really true. There are times where we need to stand up for what's right, and that might upset people, even if you speak the truth in love. Even if you are trying to show love to this other person, really, truly showing God's love to them, they might still get mad. And that's not on you, that's on them. And it's important that you not allow their hateful reaction turn you into a hateful person. Because Satan loves it when we fight. When we argue back and forth, Satan loves it when it gets personal. Satan loves it when they say something mean and then you say something mean and then back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Nobody wins that kind of argument except for Satan. If you are able to convince somebody that they're wrong about something that is really important, something that is a big deal between them and God, awesome. You've won your brother over. But you and I need to make sure that if we argue, that we argue God's way and that we speak the truth in love. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video. And hey, did you know that making these videos is my full-time job? Yeah, well, okay, not actually my full-time job. There's this guy named JJ who helps me quite a lot to make these videos. Actually, Actually, a whole lot. He helps me make these videos, and it's his whole job just to make these videos and to run my website and all that other stuff that goes along with this ministry of Douglas Talks. And he's only able to do this through the generosity of people like you. So if you would like to help support my ministry, you can go to patreon.com/DouglasTalks and support us there. You can see the people with their names over here that are scrolling up. Those are people that help us by sending us monthly support. And if you'd like to see your name over there or even your picture, then you should totally check it out. Patreon.com/DouglasTalks, and you can learn all kinds of information about how you can support my ministry. Thank you guys so much. You are the best. God bless.